What's up, my YouTube family? It's your girl Sandy coming back to you with another video. I be nervous as hell when I do these videos. Don't ask me why. But anyway, remember I was going to tell you guys about the date, right? Here it is. I dreaded doing this because I did not want to say what went on with that date. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Anyway, it was another epic fail. Yep. Another epic fail. Anyway, this is what happened. Now, we were going to this lady's barbecue, and it was a family barbecue. So it's like a family reunion slash barbecue, one of those type of things. Again, there's a lot of those going on in the summertime. But anyway, this one was by invitation. So I get my invitation, and everybody know to kind of bring something because there'd be a lot of people there, tons and tons of people. Because this lady, she's like 67, so all her family members plus ones and plus ones to plus ones. So a lot of people is coming, so everybody knows you bring something when you come. Cardinal rule. Anyway, so I knew it about 2, 3 weeks ahead of time because the invitations were already sent out. So I put it in my mind. I'm gonna do a big pan of barbecue ribs, and I'm gonna do some macaroni and cheese because the church, they have they still give the churches the government cheese, butter, eggs, milk. So I got it going on as far as that's concerned because I do the kitchen and they pretty much welcome me to anything that I want. And they had a great abundance of it. Great abundance. So I did 2 big roasting pans of macaroni and cheese. But anyway, cooking it wasn't the problem. Carrying it and bringing it over was. So I called my nephew up and I'm like, look, come help me because he's going too. So I'm like, come help me take this over, but you got to come and help me, from the church with the macaroni and cheese and the ribs. So anyway, the macaroni was there basically. So he came and got me because I went home. I did that early. So I went home and I showered. So he came and got me and we got the stuff from the church. I told him to bring some dudes with him so that we could carry some stuff. So he brought a couple of dudes with him and they didn't eat. They hadn't eaten anything. So they were ready to go into it right then and there. I'm like, you can't be doing that. Anyway, so when they get there, they're first dibs on everything. So they ate and we sitting down eating and they're having conversation. And a couple more people that I knew invited me over and they had some plus ones with them. And before I knew it, it was like 6 guys, 3 women, and we were just having conversation. Good, old fashioned, pleasant conversation. It was this one guy that stood out in the conversation. And he really had a good conversation going. Yeah, I could feel his views and his vibes, and it was really good. So, anyway, after about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of good conversation, because the time just flew away like really fast. Anyway, barbecue winding down. I'm ready to go. Everybody's getting ready to go. This guy comes behind and he asks me, did I want to go out with him? Could he take me out sometime? And he gave me his number. And I was like, sure, why not? Because good conversation. I was very interested because he had very good conversation. So I said, okay, fine. So we exchanged numbers and he called me the next day and we talked the basics, how old are you and single, divorced, married, check, and all that other type of stuff. So we talked and we had a pretty good talk, pretty good, interesting, one of those get to know you, 50 questions, things like that. He was telling me about his job and he said he was a diabetic and I'm like, that's, you good, so, and we continued on with the conversation and a couple of days later, he called back and we continued on with the conversation and it was a good conversation again. So he was like, so when can I take you out? And I was like, well, I'm free over the weekend, what do you want to do, how you want to do it, where you want to go. And He was like, I want to surprise you. I hate surprises. I hate surprises. But I'm like, okay, fine, fine. What do you want to meet up? He was like, well, I'll have to come and pick you up somewhere because, I want to take you. I want to surprise you. I'm like, whatever, I'll go with it. So I gave him my address and he picked me up at my house. Now, here's the thing. It went wrong. We just were totally incompatible. Totally incompatible. Here's where it went wrong. He pulls up and it's a very nice vehicle. Very nice vehicle. Don't want to say what it is because there's no need to. But he has a very nice vehicle. And he rings the bell, come to the door. That's fine. I thought, good, great, cool. So I answer the door and I'm ready to go because I don't like to keep people waiting. So I'm ready to go. When we get to the door, when I open the door, he gives me a hug. Oh my God. It was the biggest hug I ever felt in my life. It was big, it was hard. It's like he cracked every bone in my body. And and he wouldn't let go. I couldn't breathe. Again, another one of those. So I'm like, okay, finally when he let go, I had to catch my breath. And I'm like, okay, how you doing, basically? And I'm like, oh my God. And he was like, I can't believe you're that small, is what he said. And I'm like, yeah, I am, whatever. I can't believe you about to break my bones. But I didn't say nothing. And then he said, oh, you feel so different. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything. I'm like, okay, whatever. Because I'm still trying to recover. And that's real talk. So before I could walk again or move, I said, wow, you are really, really strong. That was a strong hug. My body hurt. You can't be hugging on people like that. Then he goes, I'm sorry, let me shake your hand there. Would that be more appropriate? So I smiled and I shook his hand, but oh my God, when he shook my hand, it was worse than a hug. It really was. It's like he cracked all my bones. And on top of that, I got carpal tunnel in my hand. You want to, man, that was the worst pain I ever felt in a long time. Just, he shook my hand so stern, so hard. He actually, when he shook my hand, I went down. I went down like somebody was punching my hand. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, let me help you up. Mm-mm, mm-mm, you've done enough. So I'm like, that's okay, that's okay. Now we right in front of my house. I'm like, okay. So I got in the car. He was like, let me open the door for you. I'm like, I'm glad you decided to do that because my hand is hurt. So I got in the car and I sit down and I'm rubbing my hand. And then I think about it and I say, okay, you know what? I got some icy hot in my purse. So I took out my icy hot and he looked down and he was like, no, you didn't. And I said, no, I didn't what? And he said, no, you not. And I said, no, I'm not what? He said, is that icy hot? I said, yeah. My hand, you hurt my hand when you shook it. And he says, oh man, that's that. He said, oh man, that shit stink. And I said, yeah, it do smell kind of, minty loud, but if you don't want me to put it on, I could step out the car and I can go in the house and I can put my icy hot on and I could come back. And he said, are you serious? And I said, yeah, I am. I could step out the car, put my icy hot on, and then I could come back. Or we could do it another time. But my hand is really throbbing and it hurts. And he said, just do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. And so I put the icy hot on. And I'm thinking in my mind, you know, I'm sorry that I have to put my icy hot on for my sick hand. And for future reference, I won't be a good candidate to give you your diabetes shots. I'm thinking this in my mind. You are diabetic. You take pills or whatever. I'm not complaining about you. Why are you complaining about me if you ignited a pre-existing condition on me? Anyway, I'm going to go with a part two on all the things that went wrong. Anyway, to the next time, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Toodles.